Because it's so hard, it makes you stronger. It makes you better, okay? It increases your discipline. And discipline is important because it's easy to be a guy who is frivolous. What's good, guys? It's your boy Ra Ray back with another very special, powerful video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about how semen retention increases your performance. Yes, how semen retention increases your performance, okay? But before we get into this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are an elite millennial seeking to be and will be, because I know all you guys watching this video will be the first multi-millionaire in your family. This channel you want to subscribe to, that posts all things business, all things finance, all things entrepreneurship, all things self-development, and overall crushing it at life so that we can be the top 1%, okay? So if you resonate with that message, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right, guys. So like I said, in this video, we are going to be discussing semen retention and how the stress of semen retention increases your performance. And I want to preface this video by saying my ideology is that men improve through stress, okay? Men improve through competition, okay? Men get better and stronger and more focused and more productive when they go through periods of stress. And I think semen retention is one of the more voluntary, right, avenues to kind of allocate stress into your life, okay? And I think because of that inherent stress that comes with retaining your seed and the discipline required, which discipline in itself is a form of stress, because of that discipline that's required to retain your seed, semen retention ultimately increases and boosts your performance, okay? So I got some notes here that I want to touch on in this video. But the first thing I want to mention, right, as I said, semen retention increases your performance, okay? And I did some research here looking at the impacts of stress and, you know, the impacts that stress can have on your health, on your cognitive functioning. And what I found was actually very, very interesting, okay? So there was actually a study conducted by UC Berkeley, okay? And I'll try to leave the link of this study somewhere in the footnotes of this video. But essentially, this study concluded that moderate stress strengthens the connection between neurons in your brain, improving memory and attention span, and increasing productivity, okay? And this study is really, really interesting, okay? In fact, in the studies, they conduct these studies on rats, okay? And what they found is that significant but brief stressful events cause stem cells in the rat's brains to proliferate into new nerve cells, okay, that when matured 2 weeks later, improved the rat's mental performance, okay? And the new nerve cells triggered by the acute stress were the same ones involved in learning new tasks 2 weeks later. So essentially what they found is that when these rats were put under acute stress, they developed new nerve cells, okay? And these nerve cells, once they matured, were used to essentially learn new tasks and essentially improve these rats' cognitive functioning, okay? So I kind of want to lead with that article because that's the premise of this conversation, right? It has been proven that good stress, right, moderate levels of stress can have an increase in your cognitive functioning, an increase in your performance, an increase in your memory and attention span, an increase in your productivity, an increase in your alertness, an increase in your focus, right? And I want to lead with that to say that semen retention and retaining and the discipline required and the stress that it induces, not masturbating, not busting a nut, right? Not, maybe for some of you, not fornicating, right? With forcing yourself to hold that in, right? Forcing yourself to not engage in that behavior, right? Introduces a level of stress into your life. And for those of you who are currently practicing retention like I am, or those of you who have practiced it before in the past, we all know that angst, right? That angst that semen retention brings, that edginess that it brings, that frustration that it can bring, because you're literally forcing yourself to withhold from certain biological drives, right? And in that, there's stress that's created, There's a tension that's created. There's a friction that's created, okay? And studies show that this moderate level of stress can improve your performance. And I think that this is honestly the reason why so many guys report these amazing benefits of retention, right? So many guys report increased level of focus. So many guys report, accomplishing things that they never were able to accomplish before in their past when they were not practicing retention. So I definitely think there's something to this, okay? And I'm gonna do some more due diligence on this, but I wanted to bring you guys this information today. Okay, something else I wanted to mention, right? So not only do we find that acute stress, increases the cognitive functioning of your mind, right? It makes you a smarter, more intelligent, more alert, focused person, right? And as elite millennials, we need that, right? We need that. We need to be operating at the top of our game so we can go out and project ourselves into the world and create the lifestyle, create the wealth, create the abundance that we are looking to create, okay? So I think it's important that as elite millennials, we practice things like retention, right? Because it does give us that extra edge, and it's scientifically proven to give us that extra edge, okay? Another thing that I want to talk about, right, when this whole kind of thing is stress is your friend, right? But also the stress of semen retention the stress of semen retention simply makes you tougher, okay? It makes you tougher. It builds resiliency, okay? And it makes you more adept to handle uncomfortable situations, okay? Just from my own experience, if I look back in the times of my life where I subjected myself to high levels of stress, right? I can ultimately say that it made me stronger, right? For example, I pledged a fraternity in college, and it was extremely difficult. It was a very difficult 7 months of my life, right? And the whole point of pledging, right, a fraternity, or for example, I know back in native tribes, right? Back in native tribes, they would have ceremonies where the young men, the boys became men, right? So they'd put them through some sort of difficult plight, right? Whether you had to get bit by 1,000 fire ants, or you had to whatever it was, whatever type of strange or unique rituals were unique to that tribe, they basically put the boys through these tasks, right? Through these circumstances to make them a man, right? To make them tougher, to make them stronger. And semen retention is, in essence, it's a ceremony, right? You could arguably look at it as a ceremony similar to that these tribes would host, right? To basically turn these boys into men, right? It's a discipline, right? It's an activity that men can do on their own, right? To create discipline, right? And it's tough. Like I said in my last video, semen retention is extremely difficult. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. And because it's so hard, it makes you stronger. It makes you better, okay? It increases your discipline. And discipline is important because it's easy to be a guy who is frivolous. It's easy to be a man without merit. It's easy to be a man without discipline. You can just go and do whatever the fuck you want, right? Doesn't matter who it impacts. Doesn't matter, you could sleep in till freaking noon. You could, choose not to work. You could choose not to push yourself. But that's the easy way out. Right? 95% of men walking this planet Earth are doing that exact thing, right? They're not pushing themselves. They're not disciplining themselves. They're eating garbage food. They're not going to the gym. They're not taking care of their health. They're not reading. They're not expanding their mind, right? They're stagnant. They're complacent. And it's easy to fall into that trap. Retention, okay, and a commitment to retention. I'm not saying for the rest of your life, but for a prolonged period of time, can make you tougher, okay? It can make you stronger. It can make you mentally stronger. If you adapt certain physical exercises to do during your retention, during your streaks, it can make you physically stronger, okay? Discipline as men is what we need, right? Anytime you can refrain from acting out, refrain from doing frivolous behaviors, you're in essence making yourself stronger, okay? So once again, semen retention, the stress of semen retention makes you tougher. When you go through hard things in life, when you go through challenges, you get tougher, you get stronger, you become more adept at handling uncomfortable situations. And this can trickle down into every aspect of your life, every aspect of your existence, right? Semen retention is a microcosm of that. Fasting is a microcosm of that, right? Anytime you refrain from doing frivolous behaviors and frivolous acts, you're making yourself tougher in every aspect of your life, period. Okay, period. So that's why semen retention is such a powerful practice, right? Because not only does it make you tougher, but it's proven, right? Science proves that stress, good stress, makes you a higher performer. It increases your cognitive ability, okay? And as elite millennials, this stuff is important to us, right? As elite millennials, we want to be performers. We want to be winners. We want to be successful. So that's why this stuff is important. It's important that if you're watching this information, if you're watching this video, you know, put this into action. Put this into action. Try it out. A week, a month, 2 months. Right now, I am 19 days in on my most recent streak. I will make an update video about that for you guys later, probably within this week. But I really want to make this video to say that stress is your friend. And what motivated me to actually make this video was a Mike Rashid video that I had seen a couple of days ago on my Instagram. And Mike Rashid was basically like, stress is your friend. Stress is your friend. Difficult times is your friend, right? Because it makes you stronger. It makes you a warrior. It sharpens your freaking tool. It makes you more resilient. And that's what semen retention does. The stress of semen retention makes you more resilient. Okay? And I'm gonna leave this video there, guys. Once again, like this video, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about retention. Let me know about how you're handling the stress of retention. Retention is stressful. There's a lot of angst. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of, desire that you're choosing to abate. So I want to know how you guys are handling that. Let me know how you're handling that in the comments below. And it's your boy Rari, guys. I really appreciate the support. Continue to like, continue to subscribe to the channel. Let's build this tribe out, man. Let's build a tribe of guys who are every day committed to becoming better. Okay, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially. Like, let's build a tribe of guys who are committed, and not just committed, but guys who are actually putting in the work, right? Let's build this tribe out here on this channel as elite millennials, guys. But there you guys have it, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are. Your boy Ra Ray. Peace.